I'd like to welcome everybody today. We do have I want to call him a special guest, but I don't want to call him a special guest because Ray is very much part of our team. He is our Senior Indigenous Programming Advisor and Consultant. Just as he was given that title, shortly after he was whisked away to his home of Bear Island, some 10 hours drive from here, Ray?
I'd say 7.
7, okay. Yeah. I was exaggerating.
Yeah. By ice, well, you go across the lake.
Yes, it will be ice soon. Otherwise, we would have had him here much earlier and much more frequently, so now we have to kind of grab him when he's in town. Before I continue my introduction of Ray, though, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the fact that we are on Indigenous traditional territory. In Scarborough, there have been Indigenous folks here for literally thousands of years. We know through our local archaeologists that is the case. Most recently, we recognize being on the traditional territory of the Mississauga, of the new Credit, with other First Nations having come before that time. I am very honored to introduce our guest today and a good friend as well. I met Ray, I guess, about 3.5 to 4 years ago at an Ontario Psychological Association conference. We were colleagues, but we hadn't actually met then because of our connection through Anishinaabe Health, Toronto. And within an hour and 15 minutes of a meeting, sitting down over coffee, I discovered a long-time passion and vision that Ray had, and very important programming notion in terms of land-based programming for mental health, addictions, and overall Indigenous healing. So I've asked him to present on that, but I've also asked him to just speak on reconciliation. We all recognize that the Truth and Reconciliation Commission report, with its 90-some-odd recommendations, has recommendations on every single level, from multi-government levels to levels involving people not just of First Nations, but of original settlers and immigrants from across the world that have come since then. And I know that Ray has, I think, some very special, important messages that we can all reflect on in that context. So I've asked him to speak about that, and then from there to discuss land-based programs. The other context is that Ray is the chair of the Center for Family, Child, and Adolescent Advancement. And it's through this organization, which has become really an Indigenous organization with pretty well all directors on the board, including myself, identifying in some respect in terms of Indigenous affiliations. And through that, we are really trying to promote the land-based program. You'll see various images that will basically be cycling throughout this talk of the site that we have in mind, which is Georgian Bay, the mouth of the Key River in Georgian Bay, and the Key River.